Okay guys, in this video we will talk about the foreign key again, and I'm going to show you my text, my text file too. So first of all, we will read each row one by one and we will see with the examples. A foreign key is a field in the one table that refers to the primary key in another table. Actually, we've seen this using our, let's say, reverse engineer. I will say next. I should write my password here. I will say next and the demo, next, execute, and the next again and the finish. Okay, and I should get my diagram here. Okay, you can see this student table. Let's come to this here again. You can see a foreign key is a field in the one table. Yes. In the student table, I have teacher underscore int ID, and this teacher underscore ID refers to the teacher ID of this teacher table. Okay, and that is called primary key. So second, a foreign key is a key used to link tables together. You can see here I have a kind of like of here connection. And this connection is called foreign key because this connection, this foreign key holds two tables together. Let's come here again. Foreign key is a column that refers to the primary key or the unique key of the other table. That is completely true because this teacher underscore ID is my foreign key, and this teacher underscore ID refers to the primary key of this teacher table. Because ID in this teacher table is the primary key. Let me show you this. I will come here and I will click this teacher. You can see this ID is the primary key. And we said here, let's close this. Also this. I will come here. And we said the foreign key is the column that refers to the primary key or the unique key of the other table. Okay, let's read this. So it demonstrates a relationship between tables and act as a cross-reference among them. It is actually like it is kind of like of this connection. Let's come here again. Table in which foreign key is defined is called foreign table or the referencing table. Let's read again. Table in which foreign key is defined. We defined this foreign key in the student table. Okay, you can see, you can get this here. This connection, let's say, coming out of this student and going to teacher, and that means the foreign key in the student. And we said here, table in which foreign key is defined called foreign table or the referencing table, and that means the student is my reference table, actual referencing table, and the teacher is the reference table. Let's come here again. The table that defines primary or the unique key and it referenced by foreign key is called primary table, master table, or the reference table. And in this situation, our master table or our reference table is the teacher because this teacher underscore ID refer this teacher. Let's come here again. And here I have kind of like of information. Another information about this primary key. Actually, parent that is being referenced has to be unique primary key. For example, let me come here. We said here parent that is being referenced has to be unique or has to be primary key. I will come here to this teacher table and I'm going to show you this. Let's come here. You can see I should have here a primary key because if you remove this primary key from here, if we say apply and apply, you should get an error because let's see error cannot drop index primary, need the primary key constraint because you said my ID is the referenced column. Okay, when you said my ID is the referenced column, you should give this primary key here because we said the parent that is being referenced and that is teacher. Actually, in our situation, this will be teacher that is being referenced has to be unique or the primary key. child may have duplicates and nulls. For example, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna say, for example, and let's write another name. I will say Kate, and if I click, let's remove this. If I click apply, and the finish, you can see this Kate actually, teacher ID of this Kate is null. And I said here, child may have duplicates and then nulls. This is null, and I will write one more duplicate. I will say Kate again here. Sorry guys, I will say Kate. Okay, if I click apply, actually I should give here 5. I will say apply, and the finish, you can see I can have here duplicates and I can have here nulls. Okay, parent record can be deleted if no child exists. For example, let's come to this parent. I have here, for example, 3, and I will say, for example, here the new name, and let's write Peter. Okay, if I click apply, and I will try to delete this Stefan, I will say delete, and also I will say delete this, or let's try to delete from here. If I click apply, you can see I'm getting an error, because let me show you what is this error. Because I said here this here I had a Stefan, because I said this Stefan is the teacher of Laura. That is why you cannot remove this. If you said apply and apply here, let's read this. Cannot delete or update a parent role. Foreign key constraint false. Actually, let me explain this error to you. That means you cannot delete the record from your parent class because your record has the connection with this student. Okay, that is why I should say here the 2, and I should write here the Stefan. Okay, I will say apply. Actually, I got a problem here, but it doesn't matter. I will say, you can see I showed you that this, you cannot remove this Stefan. If you close this and if you say don't save, and let's choose this again, you can see my Stefan and Peter is here because you cannot save this. Okay, but I can let's say delete this Peter. I will say delete, and I will say apply, and the finish, you can see I can delete this Peter, but I cannot delete this Stefan. Let me show you one more time. I will say delete, apply, and I have a problem. Okay guys, let's say do not save. Okay, let's come here again. Parent record can be deleted if no child exists. Master table, and this is the same thing as the parent table. Master table cannot be updated if child exists. For example, let's say you came to this teacher here, and you said, I want to remove this, let's delete this. And you say, I want to delete this name here, but you cannot delete this because we said here, master table cannot be updated if child exists. And here I have a child, this student is a child table. And when this child table exists, you cannot update your parent. Okay, must reference primary key in the primary table. My primary table is my, actually, let's say, my primary table is my teacher here. Okay, this is my teacher, and here say must reference primary key in the primary table. Yes, I refer here ID, and the ID is the primary key here. And the foreign key column and the constraint, we've talked about this constraint. If you don't remember it, please go back and try to watch this video again. Foreign key column and the constraint column should have matching data types. Actually, in the beginning of this section, actually in the previous example, I showed you that, for example, I came here, let's say I came here and I tried to change the data type of this integer, or I made this for the student. I will close this. In this student, I will try to change this ID, let's say, to the varchar, okay, or the decimal, and you can see you cannot, let's say, you cannot change this. Let's try to change again. If you I will say varchar, I will click apply, and you can see the given data type, it is a problem actually. You cannot change this. That is why it will be integer again. Let's close this. Let's come here again. Okay, records cannot be inserted in child table if corresponding record in the master table don't exist. For example, if you want to enter here, let's come here to the student. If you want to enter here so many things, for example, if you want to enter 5, if you click apply, you will see an error because there is no 5, there is no teacher ID 5 here. We can only have 1 and 2, and that is why if you want to write here 5, you will get an error. Okay, guys, you should say do not save. And the second is the same thing, is the kind of like of the same thing. Okay, guys, this was our examples. This was the foreign key with the examples. I know the last 2 lessons was too hard, but do not forget that these hard lessons will lead you to the good destinations. Okay, guys, do not worry. Feel comfortable, ask me any question, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, let's finish this lesson here. In the next lecture, we will start to learn our joins.